hard survivors, the ones who refuse to stay dead. Welcome back to those who've been lied to, manipulated, betrayed by people who smiled in their face while cashing checks behind their back. Yeah, I see you. I see that look in your eyes, that quiet rage, that silent knowing that something was never right. And guess what? You were right the entire time. Because someone just cracked. Someone from your past just broke down, couldn't carry the weight anymore, and finally admitted the truth. They got paid. They were compensated, rewarded, incentivized to destroy you. Let that sink in for a second. While you were out here thinking it was love, thinking it was friendship, thinking it was loyalty, they were getting deposits. While you were vulnerable, open, trusting, giving your energy freely, they were on a payroll. Someone hired them. Someone funded your destruction. Someone put a price on your peace. And they took the contract. And you know what's sick? They played their role perfectly. They smiled, they laughed, they showed up to your worst moments, pretending to care. They knew your triggers, your fears, your trauma, and they used every single piece of intel to break you down slowly, methodically, surgically. This wasn't random. This wasn't organic. This was a calculated mission with your name on the file. So now you're sitting there wondering, who paid them? Was it that ex who couldn't handle your growth? Was it that family member threatened by your independence? Was it that fake friend who needed you beneath them to feel superior? Or was it someone you haven't even considered? Someone operating in the shadows, pulling strings you never saw? Because here's the thing. Powerful people don't destroy threats themselves. They hire mercenaries. They send agents. They recruit people close to you, people you trust, and they weaponize that proximity. They turn your circle into a war zone, and you don't even know you're under attack until the damage is done. And the worst part? The person they hired, the one who took the money, they knew you. They knew your heart. They knew you were real. But let me tell you why they're confessing now. It's not guilt. It's not conscience. It's not because they suddenly found morality buried under their greed. No, they're confessing because you survived. You outlasted the plan. You didn't break the way they calculated. You didn't crumble, didn't self-destruct, didn't disappear into the abyss they designed for you. You evolved instead. And now, they're watching you rise, watching you rebuild, watching you become something they can't explain, and it's eating them alive. The money they got, it's not enough anymore. It doesn't cover the cost of seeing you win. It doesn't silence the noise in their head when they realize they sold their soul to destroy someone who became indestructible. So they confess, hoping it'll bring them peace. Spoiler alert, it won't. Because confession doesn't undo the knife. Apology doesn't heal the wound when the blade was intentional. They can cry now. They can beg for forgiveness. They can say, I was desperate. I needed the money. I didn't know what I was doing. But you and I both know that's a lie. They knew exactly what they were doing. Every lie they told, every secret they leaked, every time they twisted your words, every moment they isolated you, gaslit you, sabotaged you. They knew. And they did it anyway because the check cleared. And now they want absolution? Now they want you to understand their side? Now they want to be the victim of their own betrayal? Nah, not today. Not ever. You don't owe them forgiveness. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them a single second of your peace after what they stole from you. Let's go deeper into the mechanics of this, because I need you to understand how sophisticated this operation was. This wasn't amateur hour. This wasn't some petty jealousy that spiraled out of control. This was organized, funded, strategic. They didn't just wake up one day and decide to hurt you. They were approached. They were pitched. They were given a mission brief with your psychological profile attached. They studied you. They knew your patterns, your vulnerabilities, the exact pressure points that would make you question yourself. And then they executed. Phase 1 was always infiltration. They got close, real close. They made you feel safe, seen, valued. They mirrored your energy, matched your frequency, became someone you could trust. And that's how they mapped your interior world, collected data, built a file on who you really are when the armor is off. Phase 2 was destabilization. Small things at first. Tiny betrayals disguised as accidents. I forgot to tell you, I didn't mean it that way. You're being too sensitive. They planted seeds of doubt, made you question your perception, made you feel crazy for noticing what was right in front of you. And every time you tried to speak up, they flipped it back on you. They made you the problem, the dramatic one, the one who couldn't let things go. And slowly, so slowly you didn't even notice, they isolated you. They turned others against you with whispers, half-truths, strategic silence. They made sure that when you finally broke down, when you finally screamed for help, no one would believe you. Because by then, they'd already rewritten the story, and you were the villain in it. Phase 3 was destruction. This is where they went for the kill. They triggered your deepest wounds, exposed your secrets, used your trauma against you like a weapon. They knew what would hurt the most, and they delivered it with surgical precision. And here's the sickest part. They did it while still pretending to care. They held your hand while twisting the knife. They said, "I'm here for you," while reporting back to whoever paid them. And when you finally collapsed, when you hit rock bottom, when you were at your most broken, they disappeared. Mission complete. Check deposited. And you were left in the wreckage, wondering what the hell just happened, wondering if you imagined the whole thing, wondering if maybe you really were the problem all along. But you weren't. You were never the problem. You were the target. And the reason you were targeted? Because you were a threat. Because your light was too bright, your truth too loud, your existence too disruptive to whatever small, fragile world they were protecting. Someone saw your potential and panicked. Someone saw your rise coming and paid to stop it. Someone saw you becoming who you were meant to be and couldn't let that happen. So they hired an insider, someone you'd never suspect, someone who could get close enough to plant the explosives. And it almost worked. Almost. But here's what they didn't account for. You're not built like everyone else. You don't stay down. You don't internalize their lies forever. You don't let betrayal define you. You process it, you alchemize it, you turn that pain into fuel, and you come back stronger, sharper, more untouchable than before. And now they're panicking. Because the person they paid to destroy you just confessed. And that means the whole operation is exposed. The curtain is pulled back. The conspiracy is unraveling. And everyone who played a part, everyone who knew, everyone who stayed silent while you suffered, they're all scrambling now. They're all trying to get ahead of the story, trying to spin it, trying to make themselves look less guilty. But it's too late. You know now. You see it all. You understand the game that was played, the money that changed hands, the lies that were coordinated, and you can never unsee it. You can never go back to innocence. You can never trust the way you used to. And yeah, that's a loss. That's a scar you'll carry forever. But it's also your superpower now. Because once you know how the game is played, you can never be played the same way again. So let's talk about the receipt, because that's what this is really about. They confessed, which means there's proof now. There's a paper trail, a money trail, a digital footprint of the transaction that funded your destruction. And you want to see it, don't you? You want names, dates, amounts. You want to know who signed the check, who approved the budget, who thought your suffering was worth investing in. And I get it. I understand the need for clarity, for closure, for vindication. But here's what I need you to understand. The receipt doesn't change what happened. Knowing who paid doesn't heal the wound. Seeing the confession doesn't undo the trauma. Because at the end of the day, the damage was done. The betrayal was real. The pain was real. And no amount of evidence will give you back the time you lost, the trust you gave, the version of yourself that died in the process. But what the receipt does give you: power. It gives you the truth. And truth is currency in a world built on lies. It gives you the ability to stop questioning yourself, stop wondering if you were paranoid, stop accepting blame for other people's malice. The receipt is proof that you were right all along. It's validation that your instincts were screaming at you for a reason. It's confirmation that the gaslighting was real, the manipulation was intentional, the betrayal was coordinated, and that matters. Because when you've been made to feel crazy for so long, when you've been told you're imagining things, when you've been isolated for speaking your truth, having proof is everything. It's the difference between staying stuck in confusion and stepping into clarity. It's the difference between blaming yourself and holding the right people accountable. So yes, the receipt matters, but not because it gives you revenge, not because it gives you permission to destroy them the way they tried to destroy you. The receipt matters because it frees you. It releases you from the prison of self-doubt. It cuts the invisible chains they wrapped around your mind. It says, you weren't crazy, you were being hunted, and you survived anyway. And that's the real power here. Not in exposing them, not in getting even, not in making them pay the way they made you suffer. The real power is in walking away with your head high, your truth intact, your soul unbroken, knowing that despite everything they did, despite the money they spent, despite the plan they executed, you're still here, you're still standing, you're still you. And they can't say the same, because they sold themselves for a price, and now they have to live with that forever. Because here's the thing about people who take money to destroy others: they never recover from it. The guilt might not hit them immediately. They might celebrate their payday, might convince themselves they did what they had to do. But eventually, always, the weight catches up. They see you thriving, see you rebuilt, see you glowing in a way they'll never achieve, and it breaks something inside them. They realize they bet against the wrong person. They realize they chose temporary gain over permanent integrity. They realize they became the villain in a story they can't rewrite. And that's a torture no amount of money can fix. They'll see your face in their dreams, hear your voice in their guilt, feel your absence in every fake relationship they build going forward. Because once you sell your soul, you can't buy it back. Once you betray someone that deeply, you can't undo the fracture in your own character. So let them confess. Let them cry. Let them beg for your understanding, your forgiveness, your mercy. You don't have to give them anything. You don't have to respond, don't have to engage, don't have to offer them the closure they're desperately seeking. Because your silence, your indifference, your complete lack of reaction, that's the most devastating response of all. It tells them they don't matter anymore. It tells them their confession changes nothing. It tells them that while they were busy trying to destroy you, you were busy becoming indestructible. And now they're irrelevant. Now they're just another name in a long list of people who underestimated you, betrayed you, tried to break you, and failed miserably. And you're free. Free from their energy, free from their lies, free from the need to understand why. Because the why doesn't matter. What matters is that you made it out. You saw through the illusion, and you built yourself into something they can never touch again. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the question burning in your mind right now. What do you do with this information? How do you move forward knowing someone was paid to destroy you? Do you go scorched earth, expose everyone involved, burn every bridge, and salt the ground behind you? Or do you take the high road, keep your dignity intact, let karma handle the rest? And here's the truth. There's no right answer. There's no one-size-fits-all response to this level of betrayal. Because this isn't just about what happened to you. This is about who you choose to become in the aftermath. This is about whether you let their actions define your character, or whether you rise above and become something they could never corrupt. And that's the real test. That's the moment where you decide what kind of person you're going to be. Because revenge is tempting, isn't it? Oh, it's so tempting. You want them to feel what you felt. You want them to lose what you lost. You want them to understand, viscerally, the damage they caused. And that's human. That's natural. That's the primal part of you, screaming for justice, for balance, for retribution. But here's what I've learned after watching this play out 1,000 times. Revenge doesn't heal you. Exposure doesn't restore you. Destruction of your enemies doesn't rebuild what was broken inside you, because the wound isn't about them anymore. The wound is about you, about your trust, about your ability to believe in people again. And no external action is going to fix that internal fracture. Only time, only processing, only choosing yourself over and over again until the scar tissue forms and you're whole again in a new way. So, what do? You choose power over revenge. You choose silence over spectacle. You choose your peace over their punishment. Because the truth is, they're already punishing themselves. The confession proves it. They couldn't carry the weight anymore. They cracked under the pressure of what they did. And that's going to follow them forever. They'll see you in every success they achieve, wondering if it's real or if they're just another transaction. They'll question every relationship, every friendship, every moment of connection, wondering if they're being genuine or if they're still playing a role. They've fractured their own ability to trust themselves, and that's a life sentence. You don't need to add to their suffering. You don't need to expose them, drag them, ruin them publicly. Your elevation is the exposure. Your peace is the punishment. Your success is the receipt they can never cash. And as for the person who paid them, the one pulling the strings, funding the operation, orchestrating your downfall from the shadows, they're watching you now, and they're terrified. Because their investment failed, their plan backfired. Their money was wasted on someone who couldn't be bought, broken, or buried. And now you're a reminder of their powerlessness, their failure, their inability to control the narrative. They thought they could erase you, but instead they immortalized you. They thought they could stop you, but instead they fueled you. They thought they could destroy you, but instead they forged you into something unstoppable, and that's eating them alive. That's keeping them up at night. That's making them question every move they make going forward. Because if they couldn't break you, who else is immune to their manipulation? Who else is coming for them next? So let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them spiral in their paranoia while you build your empire, live your truth, and become everything they tried to prevent. Because that's the ultimate victory. Not revenge, not exposure, not destruction, but transcendence. You transcended their plan. You transcended their budget. You transcended their entire understanding of who you were supposed to be. And now you're operating on a frequency they can't reach, in a dimension they can't access, with a power they can't comprehend. You're not just surviving anymore. You're not just healing. You're thriving in ways they never imagined, in spaces they'll never occupy, with people they'll never know. And that's the real ending to this story. Not their confession, not their guilt, not their consequences, but your elevation, your rise, your undeniable, unstoppable, irreversible transformation into someone who can't be touched, bought, or broken ever again. And now we arrive at the part they never tell you about. The part after the confession, after the revelation, after you finally understand what was done to you. Because there's a moment, a quiet, devastating moment, where you have to sit with the reality that someone you loved, someone you trusted, someone you gave your heart to, took money to destroy you. And that realization doesn't hit you like rage. It doesn't hit you like fire. It hits you like ice, like a cold, empty void opening up inside you where trust used to live. And you have to mourn that. You have to grieve the version of yourself that believed people were fundamentally good, that assumed love was real, that operated from a place of openness and vulnerability. That version of you is gone. They killed it, and no amount of healing will bring it back. But here's what they don't understand, what they couldn't predict, what makes this whole thing backfire on them catastrophically. You don't need that version of yourself anymore. That soft, trusting, naive version, it was beautiful, but it wasn't built for this world. It wasn't designed to survive predators, disguised as protectors. It wasn't equipped to recognize wolves in sheep's clothing, snakes in the garden, merchants selling your destruction with a smile. That version had to die so this version could be born. The version that sees through lies instantly. The version that trusts actions over words, patterns over promises. The version that knows exactly what people are made of within minutes of meeting them. The version that can't be manipulated, gaslit, or deceived because it's already seen every trick in the book. And that version, that's the one they truly fear. Because now, you're not just harder to break, you're impossible to infiltrate. You've built walls they can't scale, installed detection systems they can't bypass, created a fortress around your heart that requires more than money, more than charm, more than strategy to access. And the price of entry now? Complete authenticity, total transparency, consistent integrity over time. And most people, especially the ones who get paid to play roles, can't afford that price. They can't maintain that standard. They can't fake their way past your radar anymore. So they stay outside, watching, wondering, wishing they could get close again, but knowing they burned that bridge permanently. And you're in there, safe, protected, surrounded only by people who earned their place through truth, not transaction, through loyalty, not currency, through love, not contract.